Thaipusam chariot clash averted. Serial rapist agrees to police monitoring. Hi, I'm Daniel Bakri with Cuppa News. For the first time in 234 years, two chariots hit the streets of Georgetown, Penang for the Thaipusam procession, but at different times to prevent a clash. The first golden chariot carrying the spear of Lord Muruga left the Sri Mahamariamman temple in Lubuk Queen at 5 a.m. Second Deputy Chief Minister P. Ramasamy and other Hindu assemblymen were among those who pulled the 3 million ringgit chariot for its maiden journey. The silver chariot, with the statue of Lord Muruga, left Kovil Vidu in Lubuk Penang 2 hours later. A heavy downpour did not stop devotees from following the two chariots for a good 10 kilometers to the Sri Arulmigud Balatanda Yutapani Hilltop Temple in Jalan Kebun Bunga. Meanwhile, in Kuala Lumpur, the silver chariot procession kicked off at 10 p.m. on Tuesday from the Sri Mahamariamman Temple at Jalan Tun H.S. Lee. Devotees stopped about every 500 meters at the canopies for prayers before arriving at the Batu Caves on Wednesday afternoon. The chariot procession is an annual affair conducted 2 days before Thaipusam. Apart from the chariots, one of the most enduring sights during Thaipusam is the smashing of coconuts along the procession. Devotees will smash the coconuts during the celebration as it symbolizes the surrender of one's ego at the feet of the presiding deity, Lord Muruga. Many people believe that the more coconuts they smash, the better it gets. However, a representative body of Hindus called Malaysian Hindu Sangam reminded the public not to waste coconuts, as smashing only one coconut before the chariot passes is sufficient for each devotee. It was reported earlier this month that the price of the fruit increased by 50% due to poor harvest during the rainy season. Still no sign of Datuk Lee Chong Wei and Morton Frost patching up. The BAM technical director prefers to keep mum, while the badminton star is quite open about his frustration. Lee and Frost have not spoken to each other since the former slipped on a court mat at the new training center and tore the medial collateral ligament on his left knee. Adding insult, Frost allegedly claimed that Lee's latest injury was the end of his career.
I really don't have any comments on it. I think I will still reserve my time to say something maybe eventually, but at the moment I think it's best that we just leave it as it is.
So now, how are you with Chong Wei, the relations? A little bit, is it okay or?
It's hard to say from my side as well.
I think I better because I released all my my things. I think I feel better.
Okay, so you can talk to people now lah, even more, right? To your friends and all that.
I think it's know me. I think all my friends know this my issue.
Lee maintained that he would quit BAM if the situation continues. The bad blood has boiled between Lee and Frost over several matters, including the Danes' decision to stop junior players from sparring with Lee. Some of us can breathe a little easier. Convicted serial rapist Selva Kumar Subia has willingly allowed the police to monitor him closely, although he is not required to do so. Speaking to reporters in Johor Bahru, the Inspector General of Police assured the public that his men have all of Selva Kumar's details to monitor and keep track of his activities and movements. Tan Sri Khalid Abu Bakar added that the 56-year-old disclosed his intention of residing in the Klang Valley. Selva Kumar returned to Malaysia on Tuesday after completing a 24-year jail sentence in Toronto, Canada on 19 counts of sexual assault, 28 counts of administering noxious substances, 10 counts of various assaults, and a dozen other charges. His case is considered one of the worst serial sexual assault cases in Canadian history. The Penangite has been barred from entering Sabah and Sarawak. In a separate development, MARA has started its internal probe into alleged misconduct by suspended chairman Tan Sri Anwar Musa. Its acting chairman, Dr. Yusuf Yaakob, said this was the first meeting held by the Internal Audit Committee to discuss preliminary issues related to Pelaburan Mara Berhad, PMB, and UNIKL's sponsorship of the Kelantan Football Association, of which Anwar was also the president at that time.
So we will reveal after everything complete, and you will know that. Okay, thank you.
Anwar, who was questioned by the MACC last Friday, was not called in to face the Internal Audit Committee today. In other news, police have nabbed a total of 114 gang members in a nationwide operation targeting underworld figures dubbed Ops Chantas Kas, launched in 2015. Federal CID Director Commissioner Datuk Sri Muhammad Saleh said the suspects, aged between 19 and 62, included 6 men with the Datuk title and 1 with the Datuk Sri title, as well as several politicians at the grassroots level.
Dengan jumlah rampasan seperti berikut. 22 pucuk pistol, 1 rifle, 916 biji peluru, dadah bernilai 1.75 juta, barang kemas, wang tunai sebanyak RM167,193 dan juga 2 buah kenderaan.
He added the ops would be ongoing until police are satisfied that the incidences of gang-related crimes and shootings decreases. Meanwhile, a man was caught on camera splashing a cup of semen at a woman at a shopping center in Kuala Lumpur. The victim quickly alerted a mall security guard who managed to apprehend the man. He initially denied the deed but knelt down and begged for forgiveness after he was shown the CCTV footage. The woman lodged a police report and was informed that the man was not a first-time offender. He had been nabbed before for taking upskirt pictures of women. In world news, the United States has been conspicuously tight-lipped amid a world outcry over a new Israeli law allowing the appropriation of private Palestinian land for Jewish settler outposts. The UN, EU and Arab League were just some of those coming out against the legislation passed in Parliament late Monday.
This bill is in contravention of international law and will have far-reaching legal consequences for Israel. The Secretary General insists on the need to avoid any action that would derail the two-state solution.
Separately to the new law, Israel has approved more than 6,000 settler homes since Trump took office on January 20th, having signaled a softer stance on the issue than his predecessor. The mother of a British backpacker killed in Australia has slammed Donald Trump for including the stabbing death on a list of supposedly underreported terrorist attacks. In an open letter to the US President, Rosie Ailiff said it was wrong to connect her daughter's death with Islamic fundamentalism and Trump was using it to demonize Muslims. Mia Ailiff Chung was stabbed to death by Frenchman Ismail Ayad at a hostel in Queensland in August last year. Tom Jackson, a second British backpacker, was also stabbed as he tried to shield Mia and died in hospital a week later. Police found no evidence to suggest Ayad's motivations were terror-related. Dozens of topless women, joined by hundreds of fully clothed protesters, demonstrated in Buenos Aires on Tuesday to demand the right to sunbathe semi-nude after police asked bare-breasted women to leave a nearby beach. The protest drew a large number of male gawkers, prompting chants of "Get out" from women demonstrators. It remains unclear if Argentine law allows women to go topless on public beaches. Barack Obama has been enjoying life after his US presidency by trying out water sports on a luxury Caribbean island owned by British billionaire Sir Richard Branson. Photos and video published on Branson's blog show Obama smiling on board a speedboat and wearing a helmet and goggles as he tries out kitesurfing. The former US president and his wife Michelle headed to the British Virgin Isles after vacationing in Hawaii and California. At least someone's having a good time in 2017. And that's all we have for today, folks. Good night.